Dang, that was fast.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Open Mouse Podcast. What's
Yeah,
going on?
what it do? What it do? Good people. What's going on
I
with y'all?
got Dr. Scorpio and Trigger on the live today.
What it do?
No, where you guys been?
Shit, just
Chilling, man.
chilling,
Can,
man.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you
Huh?
now.
Y'all hear me? Okay.
Cool.
Chilling, man. Working, trying to get it.
Working. We
Man,
all been
Oh,
working, we all been trying to make it work.
man, same,
facts,
man.
facts, facts.
Dude, it's good to see
And
you
you
too,
too,
bro.
Um,
Dr. Scorpio. You've been gone too.
It's good to see you, Jazz. Look, Jazz, she say like she mad. It's like, you been gone too. Yeah, look at you. Look at her face. It's funny. Like she told me, you been gone. Nah, I get it. We definitely
Whatever.
we've been missing the action, man. It's time to get it back popping, man. Definitely been
We
missing the
got
action,
fact.
to.
man.
That's a fact. What's going on,
Y'all
man?
left me alone.
What y'all
Dude,
got going
what?
on for it?
Man, we really cooling, man. Just kind of having, what I'm saying, a little congregation right now, man. Just stepping back into the virtual world, man, getting the podcast, what I'm saying, situated.
Fact.
And
I'm just
we
trying to get out of the heat.
huh? Oh, she said, it's hot as hell. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah, it's been
Y'all,
nothing less than 110 degrees here.
Yeah, I
oh,
know it's even hotter
what?
where she at.
It's hot as hell,
But
but we
a,
had
cou-
two.
a couple weeks ago, it was like 95 degrees and it rained and it hailed all at the same time.
That's
Also,
crazy.
y'all get that kind of weather too?
That's
That's
wild.
that sounds like some Indiana shit.
But it be all at the same time. It was 95 degrees, it rained, and it hailed.
That's
I'm
wild.
cool on that, man. I'm cool on this weather. Indiana shit is like it's gonna snow, it's gonna rain, and the sunshine gonna come out after all that.
All
It's gonna rain
together.
again. Yes, that's
Well,
Indiana.
shit, here in Charlotte, it's just hot. You know,
It's
it's
just hot.
it's just
How
hot,
hot?
man. What is man? What's the weather been? 96, 97. I mean,
Oh,
it
yeah.
rains every day. It's been raining too, though.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah?
that's definitely.
Yeah,
I'm
but
ready
it's
for
still
it though.
humid. Y'all got
You're
a
right.
y'all got a breeze in Vegas, or it's just humid.
We get that, but it just feels hot. It feels like you know how you have a hair dryer on high heat? That's how it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
Straight on that.
Right on your face.
Oh no, bro, that's
Crucial.
crazy. Oh no, yeah, I don't get none of that. Man, bro, it's been a minute, y'all, and I definitely been like seeing this shit online, man. I
What
don't know
you
if
been saying?
y'all been too much, man. Like, kind of like what y'all went over with Jazz a little earlier, man. Just
Hmm.
Tyler Perry situation, man. The newest situation with this, man. It was pretty.
Y'all going straight there? Y'all going there?
It was just funny, man. It's the last thing we talk about. And I was like, yo, we gonna
You
treat
better
Diddy.
talk about it. Tell what's going on for some other people that didn't know. Because I wasn't keeping up with the whole Tyler thing. I thought it was something else, but that some other shit.
Bro, the Tyler shit, Craig Trigger, man. You familiar with everything too?
Man, I've been
It is funny. I ain't gonna lie.
in
It's like
in certain things. He did come out with a. I think he came out with a statement too, though, responding, right?
mm,
Yeah. But
I had to check that out. I didn't hear him say nothing. I think he said it's not true or something, right?
I don't know. I guess it was some sexual misconduct or something that somebody trying to put on him, an actor or something. He an actor.
Oh,
The
So
actor.
yeah, I'm understanding the guy. He goes, you know,
I'm
through
trying.
this series of like knowing him, and then eventually I guess he one thing lead to another, like for him doing shows or getting hired and meet him on the road, I guess, and then eventually get offered a gig on the show, and they
uh-huh.
get close and shit. I guess he gets to the point where he has, like his actual personal number, so he can reach out and be like, "Yo, Tyler, what's up, man?" And then Tyler's like, "What's up?" Like he can reach him, so they start texting. So I guess Tyler texts this nigga talking about something. He ain't had sex in a long time or something.
Oh shit.
And I'm learning a lot of this because I ended up catching up with one of these Umar interviews where he kind of broke down some of the shit that he was seeing, and it was
Yeah.
interesting because the guy was pretty much. It's like he was like he texted how a grown man texts you something, bro. I ain't had sex in a minute. Like
Right.
what? No, like
That's
so he
weird.
and then he went to Buddy house after that. So it's like, yo, dude, I don't know, man. It's just like he go to this nigga house. Nigga told he was drinking. They told he told him to get in the bed and shit because he was drinking too much. Bro, he's like, go ahead, we can take the other room. It's like, come on, bro. It's like textbook shit.
Hey,
Why would you be drinking
I'm
too
like,
much?
come
You
on,
know,
bro.
especially if you get in text messages like that. Why would you go knowing going over there and drinking all that where you had to pass out?
You a grown man, bro. I ain't going for this shit, dog. That nigga's a grown man, bro. How does a grown man tell you to go in his spare room and shit, and
Right.
then say I'ma slide in there with like what? And
Right.
then you don't say nothing. And then you don't say nothing, and then you keep fucking with bro. I'm like, bro, this is like some goofy shit. I'm like, dog, I can't entertain it. So I
Like
just
you
want you.
wanted that shit to happen, you know, a certain
Yeah,
way.
it was cool. Bro. Look, all these recent situations where a lot of these people are like actually the niggas who doing the dirt they accusing other people of doing is he riding the boat with all of them. For me. Like he just like the rest of these hoes. Same thing. He acting like one of these hoes getting sent to the guest room and shit.
yeah.
But
It's like it's over with, bro. Buddy
But
is
you
gonna
know
be back.
what? We have seen in history with so many celebrity news, stuff like this happens where, you know, somebody will go there. It's like, you know, something most likely will happen. So why you get in a situation where you're drinking too much, first of all,
Right,
allegedly,
right.
and then you don't say nothing about going to the other room or anything like that? Or, you know, there's stuff being said. Why wouldn't you stop it too?
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. It's like niggas is
People
real
put themselves
iffy.
in that position
They
It's
trying to
like,
get the movie roles, man.
yeah, man, and yeah,
or
and
get
then
the money.
what kind of movie roles he want? That's the kind of what kind of movie role, bro? What role would you go for? Because it's looking crazy right now as
He
far as
was trying
Jennifer.
to show her his skills. That's what it was.
What type of skills we trying
Skills
to?
for his acting career.
Thespianism, huh? Oh, okay. I'm cool on it. Look, that's to be the whole. Look, it's like a clear. It's the same thing that goes with the Diddy shit because that shit has all been really prevalent. It's all
Yeah,
out here right now. The same thing goes for that man. When we
yeah,
first touched on this shit, bro, we was chopping
yeah.
it up. We definitely said, bro, Trigger was there too.
What's
We
up?
all touched on, like, bro, we touched on the Diddy shit because
Oh
it
yeah.
all in the same thing, bro. Like, we touched on this when it first initially happened. Niggas kind of went into the aspect of thinking, like, she could have been, somewhat complacent in some of this, and why she just not coming out, and I don't know,
Eh,
maybe she's an opportunist a little bit, but it was
Mm.
like kind of hard to explore that, being as though you watched the video of her getting beat up. So if you even kind of even remotely
well,
said anything different, niggas gonna
well,
attack you.
and that's the thing. It's like, you know, they are being negative against her, you know, saying it's like, why you waiting this long? Why couldn't you say nothing, you know, before?
Right.
And is it because that's how you are looking at, like, you're trying to get the money, you know, you're trying to get more money and all these things. But that's been all these other cases too, like R. Kelly's case and Bill Cosby, so and so. There've been so many cases like this. Like, why are they coming out now with the charges?
They
Why?
all lying.
Right. But the thing is, you know,
Hey,
there's been all the other ones too, like
Yes.
allegedly all this other same ones. It's like they've been doing it repeatedly. It's because that's what's going on in the Hollywood. Because it seems like it's going everywhere. Everybody's acting like, I don't know. Everybody's freaky out there, but there's some weird shit going on.
It's almost like it's like the entertainment thing is like the forefront
And
of
it's all
a
about the
sex cult.
money.
Yeah, a sex cult. Yeah, and pay for
It's all
sex
about the
and all that
money.
other
It's
shit.
like, here, I'm gonna pay you for that one night, not to say nothing,
Pretty much. And it
and
it, it
that's what it
seems
is.
it seems kind of fucked up in the aspect you put it like that because it kind of is. I mean, what else we gonna take from this shit though? Look what's happening. You know, I
yeah.
don't know though. I looked at it like a little bit different before because I didn't want to jump out the off the porch and be like, man, she lying, because it didn't sound like she was lying. It looked like Buddy was doing the shit, and to be honest, he was doing a bunch of shit with her. But it's like she's definitely not the person niggas thought she was 7, 8 months ago. You know what I'm saying? It's not even night and day.
So, I well, tell me this: how y'all feel about the sex trafficking charge, though? You know,
Mm,
flying people across state lines. You
Man, man,
know,
man, bro. Jazz,
that,
tell me what you think first.
again,
I won't let you say Jazz. What you think?
it's
I
slippery
mean, it's like
slope, man.
you, well, you were trying to do, I mean, you're being careless. I mean, you shouldn't have been doing that all over. But again, you think money's gonna
Right,
buy everything. You think you're untouchable
You talk.
to a point,
right,
to a
right,
point,
See? So,
right.
and
Bro,
they think that they can get away with it. They really do think because they think they're big, famous, and got all this money. They think they could get away with it. They have that power. They think they have that power. So,
right, right.
I
I
think
mean,
those charges have been created specifically to target the pimping, bro. You know what I'm
is
saying?
anything gonna stick? Is anything gonna stick?
mm,
That's probably what's going. That's what they're gonna get with him.
That
You
one
know,
right
they dropped a lot of stuff on him.
there.
So
right.
specifically, most of the stuff that was hearsay. So the stuff with Capricorn, they not pursuing that. They
Yeah.
not pursuing
Yeah.
nothing with Cuddy.
They really dropped a lot of
They
charges,
dropped they
though.
dropped this few because they did. This is just silly. That's why I'm like, all those like the sex trafficking charges. That shit was just targeted for the pimping, bro. It's
Yeah.
targeted for certain demographics of people. I hate to say it, it's just us. I'm sorry, because generally speaking, all these people be doing all type of different shit, bro. They flying bitches, they shipping bitches in containers, all type of shit, bro. And
Mhm.
nothing's going on with these people, bro. You know what I'm saying?
But
But the pimp is doing whatever they doing. They targeting these niggas and creating these
and that's the thing,
outlandish
though. They really
things.
can't. Like, what charges is he really facing? Because I mean, you can't,
Technic,
again, with the whole sex thing. I mean, people are freaky like that, and as long as there were consent, I mean, she could have said no or whatever, but
yeah,
I mean, to me, it looks like a DV case, but
you're right.
it
That's all
could
it
bring
kind of
other
is.
things if he's done other things because that's what they have to look for,
Right.
But they're dropping a lot of charges, so probably he might not even serve time.
Yeah, I was thinking like 5, 10 years tops.
5, 10.
Tops.
Shit, I think maybe about. I think he'd do probably about 3.
You know what I'm saying?
They've already been doing
Yeah.
time right now, but
You know what I'm saying? Because it don't make sense to be. It's not enough. It's like
Yeah.
you have a person. They base the case off of a person who's guilty,
yeah.
who's just as guilty as the nigga. So it doesn't look good. It's like the
And
whole
then
case. You know,
and then to drop them charges right before like the end, like
because they knew it was
how the
trash. It
feds,
was
why
over,
they dropping their charges? Like
bro. They gotta play it smart. They gotta play like, look, we did this shit to create the aura in the atmosphere to paint that
that's
picture.
fucked up. Yeah.
Now we're
Yeah.
gonna just
No
take
public
on what we
opinion
know. Yeah, right.
did them in.
That's all it, bro. So now you got literally the nigga being scrutinized based off of all the shit that happened in the last 8 months to only really be kind of fighting, certain particular charges. And them shits he kind of can't. I mean, if you they created that shit to target people, so it's like, okay, you shipped a person, or I'm sorry, you linked up with a person, you know what I'm saying, and flew them in time to
Mhm.
have sex with you. That's technically what they created it for that reason. So
Right.
technically, they can kind of hang you with that because the fucking prostitute came out, the nigga
Yeah.
came out and said, "Yeah, I fucked the bitch."
Yeah,
That
okay, the
She came out and said,
prostitute.
"You know what I'm
that's
saying?" She came out and said, "Yeah, I ordered the prostitute." And everybody's there, so
yeah,
it's you can't run away from it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, he might do. Yeah, he might get about 5. He might get about
The
5.
only that's the only thing I'm really gonna be able to get him with is really just soliciting the prostitutes
Yeah.
and and buying and having sex with the prostitutes and stuff. That's as much as they probably gonna be able to kind of
But the
stick.
thing,
I don't know.
Well, yeah,
Unless they
but
bring a body up and say, "Hey, hold
And
on
I got
now,"
another question for y'all. This open mouth podcast.
type shit.
After knowing what y'all know, what's been going on, do y'all think Diddy is bisexual?
oh yeah,
Most definitely. Most
here's
definitely.
and because of what they brought up, more about allegedly his mom and everything like that. He's not just bisexual. He just whatever. It's like he has an addiction or something, and he uses that to control.
The nigga eating that said, bro, he trying to. I don't
He
know.
doing everything.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like he wanna have a professional nigga come and fillet and slay a bitch, and then he gonna come in and do his thing after that, and think that's how he doing
Right.
it. Like
Mm-hmm.
more power
Like
to you, bro. I guess
he created new shit.
more power to you, bro. I guess like I can't see it, but I'm sure some niggas out here, man. I mean that's hey, that's what he doing though. So he having her fuck the niggas, of course, and then he come back, he rubbing around in the baby oil and shit. Like, bro, this is
But
crazy.
some of the things,
This
it's
right
like
here,
it,
man.
it kind of
This
shocks
nigga
you. Some of the
crazy.
things that they would talk about what he liked. Like he was talking about what was it? What were they talking about? Supposedly that he wanted them to nut in her or on her, and then to put, I guess, their nut on his nipples or something.
He
That's a wild boy, man.
so specifically, I think I think it's this is like it's crazy because it's like niggas be trying to like put certain things in certain categories, but it's like this is clearly like a ritualistic kind of thing that they was doing.
Mm.
Now I don't know how deep he was into doing certain stuff with like the sex magic aspect of using the semen
Yeah.
or using her fluids or something. But
They were
it's
using her period, you know that, right? So they
you
could
get
drink it too.
you feel what I'm saying? So they're doing
Oh yeah.
things specifically to like manifest with it. You know what I'm saying?
You know
You know what
the
I'm
whole
saying?
period thing. That's a cult thing.
That's a whole
It's a
powerful
ritual.
thing in general, yeah. So
I mean,
like you see what I'm saying? So
yeah,
he taking the nigga semen, rubbing it on him. That sounds like some type of ceremony they doing with some type of sex magic. And he putting that shit on him because they doing something with it. And he got the mask on and shit. He running around with the
right. The
fucking
mask, and then
you
he's
know what I'm
using
saying?
baby oil. Okay,
Bro, he running around with the Phantom of the Opera
once I
mask
fuck
on
you,
and
you'll be
shit.
in a
He
society
got
or
the
whatever. I'll make
man,
you rich.
Oh,
bro,
black.
that's what he doing. It sounds like they're doing something with that. Now, mind you, whatever that work. I mean, hey, dude, hey, he paid for the service. Nigga did the service. That's what it's for,
That's the
right? You
thing,
feel me?
though. The
So
thing is,
hey,
though, I mean, okay, we might think he's a little too freaky, but you know what? It's whatever people do behind closed doors, whatever you want to do at home, whatever. Want to get freaky, you know.
uh
Yeah.
huh,
Yeah.
uh huh,
Right.
yeah. I just, hey man,
What?
I don't know what to think about a lot of this at this point, bro.
Do you guys
It's
think of
like
him in
this
a
whole,
different way now? Like, do you
oh
think
no,
he's gonna be able to go back doing what he's doing? I mean, like
I don't
business
know
wise,
how.
after he
I
gets
don't know
out.
how.
I don't.
Honestly, what you
I don't
think, bro?
see him hiding at all. I really don't. If he
Yeah,
get
I
it
don't
with
either.
it, or even if he, I don't know. I just don't see him like
Mm-hmm.
still being out there like how he was before they came and got him. Like the allegations was out there, he was still running the streets with his kids, and he was going here. He shit, they caught him with coming in from being out on the streets. Like they caught him coming into his apartment, a hotel,
Mm-hmm.
or something. Like
Yeah,
he
yeah,
wasn't hiding at all, man.
yeah. I think he did that purposely. Yeah,
Yeah, true. He did.
you know what I'm saying? Like
He,
you said, bro, to let niggas know he ain't hiding. You know,
hey, we'll see how it turn out. I don't know, man.
it's rough, man. What you think about the Albie Shore aspect to this, where like his son and they kind of saying he kind of groomed him and all that kind of what you think about that, bro?
What groomed his son or what he did?
Ex-
Albie Shore?
yeah, Yeah, both. I mean, that whole
I know Al B. Sure was saying Puffy had something to do with him being in a coma and some shit, or him getting real sick at one point or something. Like,
yeah, right.
kind of was blaming Diddy for that. But as far as like his son, you say as far as like grooming, Diddy grooming his son,
That's what people was
and I think
like.
like, he
Yeah,
was caught up in a charge or something too, wasn't
I thought it was the
I think
other.
he was on
I thought it
something.
was the other son.
he? I thought it was the other one too, but I think they saying this one right here,
He
well,
got caught up in something too.
uh, no, I'm talking about, I think we're talking about two different people.
Yeah, I think, but either way, I think charges have been dropped against his son. So they not pursuing those charges either. So that whatever situation that was, again, it's kind of based off hearsay. It's
Right.
not too much circumstantial evidence to be like, all right, bro, this nigga intentionally did this to this girl, or this happened, or it's
Right.
not, So you know, which is, hey, I ain't mad at nobody, you know what I'm saying, that's like trying to fight their way through a situation. It is what it is, but this shit is crazy from the perspective of like the real things this nigga probably has done.
Mm-hmm.
He's not even. They're not even. None of that's even being really dealt with. This nigga getting in trouble for buying a prostitute, and then even the thing with that buying the prostitute thing, it's like it's the only thing they're really gonna be able to get him on, and it's based off of what a lot of these people have said from being in the in the trials. I guess is like if they can't really pinpoint a situation where someone was coerced because just because she agreed to do 75% of all these freak off sessions, the
Mm-hmm.
other 25% maybe she could have been coerced to do it or forced, or so they're looking at it like if they can pinpoint any one of these and somebody was not in agreement and they felt like they was forced on drugs or something like that, they gonna be able to say, all right, well, cool, we got it.
Damn.
And so that's kind of how they
I
looking
don't
at
know,
that
man.
shit.
Yeah, he might. Hey, 5 to 10,
That's what I was thinking.
at least. I mean,
But
shit.
you could have a possibility of 5 to 10 in probationary thing because he's still kind of
Yeah.
technically a non-violent, so he could probably get some probationary kind of thing
And
set
this
up to where
state
he's
feds,
not
though,
a non-violent thing.
is state feds or something like this, or is this
This is feds right now.
okay? Yeah, I don't know, boy. Yeah, I mean, he got a
Look at
good point though. Shit.
he. It's not as niggas. This was a really good distraction from stuff, but the thing is though, it wasn't. We still was aware of everything else that was going on. It just so
But you
happened
know
that
what the thing is though, at least the court is not like it's that whole thing is not dragging, they're trying to do this
oh
quickly,
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think they had
Eh,
closing
yeah.
statements or something, didn't they? They just had closing statements or something.
Yep.
Yeah, you know what's funny is because it's so much shit lingering with this nigga because you have like a million lawsuits combined with this actual criminal case. So
Right.
all the media attention just all did it is left and right. He getting sued and this and that. It just look like they finna do all this stuff and they really ain't. They really just talking about the nigga bought. Did you buy some prostitutes? And did you have drugs? Did you buy them from a drug? What'd you do? Did you do this or did anybody get abused or something? No, okay, well, we just think whatever. So we gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
These niggas didn't even. So the Busby nigga, that nigga tried to sue everybody.
Yeah, man, that dude right there. But I think they took his license
Boy,
book or something.
because they know what the nigga own. They not dumb. The niggas like, all right, bro, look, you really support this girl talk about some Jay-Z did, but they like, stop it.
Shit, they dropped that so fast. Like
Bro.
Jay-Z wasn't playing.
And it's like, look at the broad at that. I'm like, come on, y'all.
Yeah, like what they said, like she was 14 and
Come on, man.
shit like that.
Right.
Nah, that's crazy. That's why.
It's taking real. You taking real attention away from people who really was hurt. That's why I feel bad about the Diddy. This whole thing is really like crazy because these niggas use a guilty person to paint this picture about this nigga when
Mhm.
it's real people who was hurt by this nigga, and they could have used these people. But it's like they use her because I guess she, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Got all the money. She won in court already. It's a slam dunk kind of thing, I guess. Yeah, but it's like she's guilty as hell and she looks crazy. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as this nigga do. Even if it was only whatever point she was whatever, she agreed to doing all this shit based off whatever reason. So it is what it is. I'm like, all right, cool. If this nigga does have to do whatever, and she is the person that they use, she could have been like a part of it. But it's people who've been like feel like this nigga was stalking them for 10 years. It's nigga who been, you know what I'm saying? Like niggas who, like even the nigga the bodies, of course, apparently, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? It's no none of this real shit niggas is dealing with. They dealing with this nigga buying some. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is stupid, low key. It's really actually really stupid. I ain't gonna lie, and it sounds like it's been, like we all talk about that shit. The nigga was saying it's orchestrated by some higher up type of situation. You know what I'm saying? He made some niggas upset,
I mean,
and then went
I don't
left after that.
know though. It look like that too. That's a possibility. Like I wouldn't buy him either, cause shit. I mean, he was into it. He was suing a couple big dogs too. So
Bro, it's like the Cosby thing, like Jazz said. He said, you know what I'm saying? Cosby wanted to step outside the bounds a little bit. Niggas just trying to, you know what I'm saying, pin him back down.
Well, and that's the thing, though. It's like when people start knowing what you're doing, there goes more money that you got to pay out. It's like they're trying to maintain this lifestyle, but then you're letting all these people know there's gonna be one person that later on you're gonna have some kind of disagreement or something. They're gonna use this as shit. They could get some money out of it.
And
yep.
that's my, yeah, that's the only thing I can see about any of this shit.
your
They
boy,
got it, you know?
boy, Fat Joe, he
Yeah, yeah.
made
So
his
what?
on him too. So
They own Fat Joe too.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
They own Bro too. They own it. I don't know what it is, man, but this is like the age. We was in the age of Aquarius, the age of information, all that and all that. Now we on the age of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Of like, what do you, like extortion almost and stuff, and different aspects of that. Like niggas doing something wrong and niggas coming back and extorting them later for a lot of money and shit,
Right.
and doing
Because
this
they
type
know
of
they
stuff. You know what I'm
can.
saying? Because they know they can. Coming back and
Because all
saying,
that
you know
money, they
what?
know they could go ahead and get money later on from them. And that's what they want to do.
The timing for this is the last year to now. It's still open. You even got like niggas even falling in line with these hoes. After, you know what I'm saying? Even
mm,
niggas following the template. I'm like, all right, bro. Like, dude, I
yeah.
hope he don't get a dime. You hear me? I hope that nigga don't get nothing. You hear me? Straight up. Like, cause
And then,
it don't make sense to me. But anyway,
what do you think about the whole Tory Lanez thing that's been going on lately?
free Tory, man. That's all I can say, bro. It's free Tory, man. You know what I'm saying? The Tory shit is it's pretty
He
crazy.
Yeah,
got hurt while he's been there.
Dude, we know the truth, man. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? We know the truth, man. So,
yeah. That was pretty brutal. Brutal. You know what I'm saying? Watching that.
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
I don't
Definitely.
know, man.
Yeah.
Who that the driver that said he something like they didn't let
Security.
him.
Security. Yeah. It was security. Yeah. No, he just slid. He slid out. He slid. We don't know where he was technically.
Uh,
Now he just resurfaces, and now he's saying what we all knew from the jump. I mean, we all figured something like this would occur, and I feel like for whatever reason, it, niggas did it this way for a specific reason. I don't know why, but hey, because niggas kind of could have just got on the stand and said that from the jump. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he was trying to avoid any connection to some charges or something he could have, or something like dealing with the weapon or something. You know what I'm saying?
so
But
what
I don't know.
you think Kelsey had that?
You
Huh?
say it again, bro?
Which I think Kelsey had that. She
Had the strap type shit.
yeah.
It's looking like as if she grabbed it to do it, and bro kind of tried to wrestle her for it. And I say it seemed like that's what even when the nigga was saying he saw the short nigga shooting and whatever in his
Right.
visualization, he said that's what he said. Even when he said that and said, "Yeah, I saw Tory do it," like it looked like him shooting in the air was like in the midst of like rage, like because of what happened to like stop everybody or something, like
Mm.
and then they stop. And if you shoot in the air, you know what I'm saying, it's not falling on this bitch feet. You feel me?
Yeah,
So
I heard they was
they
fighting or
don't.
something too. Elsie and Megan was fighting or
They
something.
was fight. They was scrapped, bro. They was academics. This shit is so crazy, bro. That's
It's
how you
just
know this shit
crazy.
is real, bro. This shit is really real. Um, you know what I'm saying? I don't you know, hey, salute the academics. You feel me? I don't necessarily agree with everything everybody else says about certain stuff, but this nigga academics does do his work. You feel me? This nigga broke the whole thing down. 2 years, the whole thing. He was explaining how they was beefing at the party. Then the niggas was all sharing all these different videos and shit when niggas was
Right.
recording and showing niggas like, yo, Megan is here, Kelsey's here, they outside fighting. Megan, or first of all, Megan is jealous because Tori's getting attention at this party from Kylie and these other people, whatever. She's trying to show out. I think another aspect of that is her even knowing that Kelsey's there. It's like she chooses on the nigga that. You feel me? Like, oh, I'm gonna just do that. You feel me? Or I don't, So that turns into niggas beefing. They talking about the whole situation, and now it's like, oh, well, you was fucking on both of us. I bet I'm finna
But
fight this bitch. Now they beefing.
but the thing was, it's not. At the end of the day, he wasn't trying to intend to go ahead and kill her. Whatever it was, it was to her toe, whatever. Maybe allegedly, I don't know, but he wasn't trying to go ahead and kill her or nothing like that. He was just obviously something was going on there, but not to the extreme where he wanted to kill her. So why is he in jail again? For how long?
They hit him with 20.
How
Uh,
long?
20.
Oh
That's
no.
that's the initial. Now he probably, of course, he's not gonna do that, but
See, that's too
that's what the
extreme.
charges. Yeah, that's what the charges was. I mean, he was a
But
felon in
but that's
possession
the
of a
thing. It's too
firearm and
extreme, and the
shit.
way it
Yeah,
was, it's like,
yeah.
come on, just everybody just get over it. I mean, obviously he should have been done like probation or something like that. But
Might get a retrial or something. I don't know.
well, maybe yes, because I mean, to me, I think that's harsh. And again, he wasn't trying
Right,
to go ahead and kill her. I mean, obviously,
right,
this was like you shouldn't be fucking playing with guns.
right. I mean, I
That
feel
that
like,
type of shit. But
yeah, yeah.
uh,
I feel like niggas definitely have a different. It's like he got the firearm charge, a possession charge. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
It was like discharging the firearm and the being a felon in the possession of a firearm or something like that.
Mm.
So it's all really surrounding that, and also being as though he allegedly shot it. You know what I'm saying? So it's all kind of surrounding that, him being around the gun and him shooting it or something like that.
Mm.
yeah,
Those are his real charges. Even though everything surrounding the case is about the infidelity of the friendship and you know them just turning this whole situation into that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But it's really him being charged for the gun. Technically, that's why all these people is using this as a sign to be, oh, I'm not gonna be accountable and say the truth
yeah.
and say we basically blamed him for just shooting at her and just shooting her in the foot and saying he was a horrible person.
Always for
You know,
direction,
you
basically.
feel what I'm saying? And we all painted that picture on him instead of having accountability. All these hoes talking about now is, oh no, Megan, he didn't go to jail because of Megan. He went to jail because he's a felon. It's like the semantics is crazy. It's like y'all literally sat in line and did this and painted this picture on this man. None of y'all was talking about, oh, you know what? He's a felon. That's all. What the fuck is y'all talking about? You hoes was on the bandwagon saying he's a horrible person who needs to be canceled because the bitch said he shot at her. And that's all it took
Right.
to get y'all attention. So
It's
we
like,
got to
come
be
on.
honest. It's like y'all was full of shit on that. So it's free Tory, you know what I'm saying, from that
Free
aspect.
story,
Letting
man.
you know, you know? You feel me, bro? Like, cause it's the truth, bro. They
Coming
did. They finesse, bro. And a lot of people saying it's based off of Rock Nation, and they blaming Rock Nation, and they looking at the people that's on Rock Nation, and they pull with some of these political people or these
yeah,
legal people, like the judge and shit like that. Saying prosecution and shit. They got plugs, so they looking at it like, yeah, Rock Nation really kind of helped slam dunk that shit, even though it looks stupid.
I heard.
Same thing.
Yeah, I definitely heard something about that.
You you
Yeah.
you you think a lot of that shit's true? I'm kind of. It's like a.
Yeah, it
I'm,
could be. It could be.
yeah, it's a toss up for me. It's like I hear too much about that particular entity. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a lot of it be good shit. A lot of it be like this situation with the Megan situation. Then it be about, like, again, academics is breaking all of that down, giving niggas all of the game. They hit them immediately, say, "Yeah, bro, you gotta stop talking about this." And he's like, "What's the problem? You feel me? I'm gonna just make a new." He's like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna make different content geared towards this." I think they hit him up again. It was like, "Yeah, you can't just stop talking about Megan. You can't talk about
Right.
Megan. You can't talk about this." I was like, "Damn, bro!" They stopped him immediately because he was telling the whole thing,
The whole
and they couldn't
thing.
have niggas like looking at that full fledged, like, "Oh, she really was just being like this. Oh, he was just doing this." Like, they couldn't have that because they got to break that in the case. So I understand them protecting their investment, but it's like to be the
But
standard.
still, again, the
Yes, it's
charges
crazy.
are
Yeah,
extreme, and so
you
they
got
need to really look at
you
it.
taking away 10 years of this person's life based off this person kind of just being silly and not following the PR team protocol, which would have been
Mhm.
like, yo, stop that shit.
Exactly. Do the way your PR.
Stop that
This is
shit.
why you have a PR, okay? Because you want to try to protect your image and everything else that's going around. So you can't be out here wilding out like that. Because they
In the
fucking
streets
everybody
fighting
fucking
this
sees
shit.
that shit.
And you an A-list celebrity, you on the streets fighting this shit.
And
Barefoot
it
and
can
shit.
ruin your
You
fucking
feel me?
career. That's the thing.
Look like you supposed to be on Fig and shit. You feel me?
Right.
Like, come on. Looking crazy. And then it's like, you expect niggas to think, oh, you was the victim? No, man. Hey, would a bitch want to fight? If a female want to fight, you're not saying how y'all do be tweaking. Y'all will instantly turn up. It don't take too much sometimes, especially when y'all know each other and y'all got some pre-existing thing going on. One little thing
Yeah.
y'all off, and y'all really be on that a lot of times. So I'm not saying that's not a thing that can happen, but it does kind of have to be a position where a female want to sit and fight you. So she couldn't have been doing nothing good to have her best friend want to fight her.
You already know.
Sorry. Yeah, like, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
man. Like, we got to just be honest now. We see the truth now. The appellate court see the truth. They said he innocent. It's over with. Like, he
We'll see
coming home. Yeah, he coming home
what's
soon.
going on, man. We'll stay tuned.
And the boys tried to get him off. You know what I'm saying? Tried to get him out of there.
Mhm.
Used the Hispanic homie. Shouldn't have used him. You feel me? Unfortunate. And they was making up some type of story about his wife or something. I'm like, nah, that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Why they and it's like they always try to paint Tory as this asshole nigga, which I think he do got a cockiness, confident kind of
Mhm.
energy to him. But like they try to paint him as like a real like dickhead all the time. Like
Yeah,
even how they said, but well, before this shit had happened, they were saying he was running around just kind of just being like a menace in jail type shit, buying niggas this, doing whatever
yeah.
he got a
Heard that.
problem,
Yeah,
and he gonna cash app you.
yeah. And I
Yeah,
told you that. I think I told you that. That probably.
yeah, 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 bro, yeah. So I'm glad he had to survive. Yeah, niggas had to survive. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping niggas do get him off that situation because it's pretty fucked up. But we
He,
know the truth now, man.
he coming home.
Yeah, man. We know the truth, man.
Yeah, man. Shit, man. I'm about to get up out of here, y'all, man.
Oh man, dude.
Coming on
Salute to you, bro.
like always.
Like always, you have a good night, Trigger. Thank you for popping up.
That's a
No,
fact, bro.
I'll
That's a
be.
fact, bro. Love.
We going into a new month. Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Let's
Hey,
get it.
more blessings, more money, mucho dinero.
For sure.
Mhm.
Y'all, look,
Facts.
So what else has been going on?
Man, dude, I've just been
There's been
preparing.
a lot going on in the world. I mean, come on. We almost
A
went to
lot.
war.
I was
The
just
whole
about to say
illegal
that.
stuff. Everything. The world is crazy.
I want. Let me just real quick. I don't want to like ask this from a way to make it so direct, but like coming from your perspective, like generally speaking, how do you feel about what you've seen that's been happening in California?
I think overall, the whole situation, the way it's being handled, is wrong. I think is very sad, and it'll make everybody mad about this. That just the way it's going. But I can't say I support them completely because it's like there's laws, and I get it, but still, it's like if you want to be here, do it right, do the paperwork. It's very sad how they're doing it because they're tearing families apart just all of a sudden, and yeah, that's the part that's really hurtful to see. But I can't say I completely support it.
I definitely feel exactly. Um, I feel exactly like you. Um, it's ridiculous. Like I think a lady had passed away or something in custody or something, and from
Yeah.
her daughter or something, and it's terrible. Like just all type of, and it's like I think niggas are. It's somebody was saying online something recently. I just watched, and I kind of had to agree because it seems as though people are picking up on what he is doing with all of these different bills and these different legal moves he's pushing through. It's almost to be like as if he's testing things. He's like, okay, will this work? Can I do this? Okay, let's try to do this. Let's try to do this. In a full attempt and goal to kind of just reconquer these avenues of the country that, I guess people may have, different sections of the economy have been taken over, like these tariffs and shit like that. All
Well,
this shit, Like,
and the way the thing is, it's not just Hispanics that are being deported. It's anyone that's here illegally. It's just the majority is the Latinos. And so,
yes.
you know, they getting pissed off at him. I get it. Okay. I'm
Yeah.
pissed off again, the way it's being done. But they even his wife, okay, even his wife didn't have, she wasn't from here. But
Right,
like
right,
she stated in one of the interviews, it's like, well, she had to do it the right way because it's the law. She got her visa when she was visiting. She went to go get her, residence card, and then she
right.
got herself citizen, and that's what you're supposed to do. And the whole thing is, you can't really get completely pissed off at him because he's not the one that let them come here in the first place.
Man, it's a
You know, the whole
man,
thing with
right.
Biden, Biden is the one that let them come down here, just more easily. So we're getting pissed off at the person that's trying to, okay, stop this. I get it because you know what? It's losing a lot of business here. There's a lot of business they do here, and it's just different. It hits different now because everybody is getting caught. A lot of people are getting caught.
It's sad, man. It's like I just seen because, and this is the thing for me. I think also was important because from a perspective of me just being an indigenous man and watching these other so-called black people just kind of make these ignorant comments, say certain things that just shouldn't necessarily be said. Because initially, like you said, the Hispanic community, because that's a misnomer on y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's not really even a real nationality. You feel me? That's bullshit. Just like black is bullshit. You feel me? So it's like they categorize. That's why this kind of stuff can happen to y'all. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Because they've taken y'all rights and done stuff to y'all the same way they've done stuff to us. So it's like me personally, we
The thing
set
is,
we set
because
up. You go ahead. What was you saying?
no, I was just gonna say it's like the thing is, I can't say much because it was us. It was done the right way, how it's supposed to. Because again, we wanted a better life. My parents
Right.
wanted a better life for me and my brother, and of course, they gave me the chance to give my kids a better life. But things have to
Right.
be done right. And again,
Right.
one thing is like I have to blame the government too, because if you brought them here, you didn't organize anything. You just let them come here and didn't set rules. That's the thing. If you would have given like rules or something, that you have to do this at a certain time frame, then it would have been done and we wouldn't be having this issue. And I
It's
think that's where the government fails for all illegal immigrants.
man for real, for real. Because I mean, like for me personally, like I was gonna say, me personally, like I said, knowing that that's what's going on and knowing that everybody is affected by this because I have family members that are Hispanic as well. I have other people like everybody is affected by this to a point where yeah, the people we know are doing the right thing, but it's other people who might be affected by this just indirectly. And
Yeah.
right now isn't the time to say stupid shit like, "Oh well, they didn't march for George Floyd," or they didn't woo all this stupid shit. I'm like, bro, y'all saying that, y'all this is or just stupid shit. Like, it's not time for that. If you, it's like it's the most. You know how like it sounds so cliche and silly to say, but it's like if you don't have nothing nice to say about none of this shit, don't say nothing about
I'll
any
say it.
of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Because real people are being affected. They losing their parents and kids and all that shit.
Yeah.
All these goofy comments be like, I be like, yo, y'all are
Because the
really
thing is, it's been people that have been living here for years, many years, and they're being
right,
caught right now,
right.
deported.
And they might be
To
decent people, might not be doing nothing bad. That's
Right,
what
and
makes
that's
it
the
fucked up.
thing, though.
Might not be
That's
bad
where
people.
I think the government failed, right there, what you just said, because they're building something, and a lot of them have businesses and stuff like that. They would have, and they haven't done shit. They don't get in trouble, nothing. Those are the people you should get a little bit more of a chance right now to go ahead and get their stuff done instead of just deporting them. You should have worked with them.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. And I definitely think the people have been really ignorant, you know what I'm saying, as it refers to
Yeah,
that. And like a lot of people now is even seeing how like I seen the Haitian people, the Haitian community, they've been
yeah,
kind of you know, I don't know what it is, but I guess some of them are still in that illegal aspect, like you said. I don't know if it's a
yeah,
paranoid thing or something, or if it's just people are criminals. You know what I'm saying? Because he's on that with the people who are certain, people who have done certain things and they criminals, so they get deported. So they ended out all of the different things that they had set in place for them. So it's coming for everybody that was here illegally, well not illegally, but that got brought in, like you said during that Biden situation. So I'm like looking at all that shit, and it was funny to me because they was like, yeah, you see, everybody was saying this stuff about the Hispanic community, saying, yeah, we ain't gonna jump in that, and we ain't gonna da da da. It's like, well, now look at the Haitians and shit, and y'all definitely be, what I'm saying, like, um, not necessarily like I would say they don't be hating on us or nothing like that, but a lot of people they don't really kind of bridge a certain gaps. You get what I'm saying? Like even them coming here, the people that was coming here, they was doing all type of bad stuff. Apparently, a lot of people
right.
was. So it wasn't like they was trying to come here and build the culture and say, "Yo, we indigenous too. Let's build together. Let's do this." And some people I'm sure was, but a lot of people were doing bad shit. So they,
Well, and that's the thing,
force
though,
it.
right there. It's like, okay, you let a few people. I get it. They shouldn't come here and do bad things, but now it affected everybody else of that
Literally,
culture, race, whatever you want to call it, because
literally.
you want to go ahead. Like, okay, there was one. Remember? Remember, the lady that was set on fire in the subway?
Hmm. Yeah, I do. I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
where
seeing
she
that
was
crazy
burned
shit.
alive. Like this guy set her on fire on the subway, and she was burning alive. Well, he sat down there and watched her right while she was going up in flames. Well, he was from Guatemala, and he didn't have no papers. I'm like, okay, now you making, just all Hispanics, because they're gonna go ahead and get all Hispanics. You're making us look bad that we do that type of shit,
Exactly.
and that's not right because you couldn't. But like I'm saying, it's like, yes, people that they should have right now trying to see what, how long they've been here, and if they ever got in trouble, and if they have family here, because again, a lot of people have grown a lot of things here. Family, they have kids here, they have businesses, they have a stable house. For them to be deported back is something basically brand new because they haven't been back for so long. Because again, that's the reason why we come down here. But again, it goes back was Biden even before that because again, he wasn't the first one to try to deport people. He's not the first president.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
going
Right.
back from Obama too.
Right. And that's people not really all the way aware of that too, because yeah, I guess
Right,
Obama was trying to deport people too. Yeah.
right. But I blame the people too. It's like if you are building something here, you should become legal. You should.
Yeah, you can't just
Obviously,
do whatever you want.
we did. My dad did it for a reason. He wanted to have a better life for us, and he did it legally. Even though yes, it costs money, but it's worth it at the end of the day. Come on.
Yeah, you gotta be
Then you
willing to
wouldn't
do
have to deal
whatever.
with this.
Do you think they're gonna be like an expansion of people that like have to or like will they let people come back? You think they're gonna let people come back at some point or something?
They'll let them come back, but they have to go ahead and do it the proper way. There's steps to it. There is a lot of steps to it. You have to go ahead, like say if you don't have no paperwork, so maybe come here on a visa or get a work authorization card, and then from there you build time to be here and make sure you just don't get yourself in trouble. But that's for everybody else because everybody's trying to come back, and it's not like telling them not to come back, but you know, I mean, I don't know if it's harder for them to get back here or what. I just don't know.
I know I heard it's expensive. You feel me? Like I heard it's like really expensive. You know what I'm saying? Like just generally. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, like maybe I think it's like $10,000 or something like that for like a visa or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like, of course, like you gotta get out here. But I mean, they get grants too, so it's like I think it's a whole process
And
out
that's
there.
a thing
Yeah,
right
it
there
does
too.
cost. Yeah,
They should have that kind of assistance for them, like to help them pay at least half of it. Um, have them do requirements. That's again, like I said, is I think the government is at fault too because they should have done this the right way instead of just bringing everybody in here and then now it's a big old mess.
I agree.
They should have said, you need to go ahead and report here, do this, do that, and this way again we wouldn't have all this issues. People would have been torn away from the families, but I feel the way they're doing it because they're doing it kind of rough. ICE is just it's a tough job, but
Yeah, I agree.
the way they
Yeah,
doing it is not right
it's
because
crazy.
then police from that state or city they had to comply as well, and so it's just crazy
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, it's not fun. You feel me? Yeah, that's why I just wanted to see how you thought about that too. 'Cause,
Well, it's affecting a lot here. I mean, it's really bad in Cali, but here it's gone bad
right?
too. Not as
Yeah,
bad as like that, but it has.
yeah. I guess they was rioting too out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how. It's a lot of stuff that be happening with that.
Well, let me tell you this, okay? So it's been all over our news, okay? So a couple weeks ago, it was like over 2 weeks ago, we have this outdoor swap meet here,
Hmm.
and it really just draws in a lot of the Latinos, okay?
Mhm.
Everybody else does come in, but it's mostly Latinos. Latinos that either buy stuff there or they be selling stuff there, right? They rent a spot there and they sell stuff. So this swap meet has been open for years, at least 30 years, over 30 years. Because I remember going as a little girl, but it's been closed over 2 weeks now because they're not gonna open it and put everybody their safety at risk because of what's going on.
Mhm.
So right there, it's losing a lot of money, a lot of business because they were huge. I mean, this swap meet it was huge. It's grown a lot. They have they have even like weekend nights open because they would have like um they will have it open. They will have concerts there. So it will be the spot for a lot of Latinos.
Mhm.
And now it's not. Now
Yeah,
you don't see a lot of people out there selling like the elote, the corn, or out there, selling whatever they're selling.
right.
You just don't see them out there. You don't see a lot of the little taco stands, the little taco trucks. They're closed. They're not there no more right now. It's very different right now.
Crazy. Damn,
And the thing is, no matter where they were coming from, whether they were Latinos or not, as long as they were making a difference here, they were making a huge difference in the business, the culture and everything. And so it really affects us here.
man. Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. It's pretty fucked up. Yeah, you know, hopefully in the next, few months we see some type of better situations happen. You know what I'm saying? Prayers out to everybody.
I could barely hear you.
No, I said, it's just sad. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
everybody that's been affected by that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know anybody, but I'm sure, especially like in Chicago, there was a lot of stuff happening. So a lot of people was affected by that. I'm sure in Chicago. Unfortunately, and some people probably weren't bad people, and like you said, some people probably had actually been here for a long time and wasn't really involved in none of that shit, and they got bunched in. So
yeah.
yeah, it's crazy, super crazy. I
There's
remember
a
not too long
lot of
ago.
things. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, we don't want to talk about it all night tonight, but there was a lot of things like this airplanes breaking down lately. Then we had the almost went to war because of what's going on over there in Iran, Israel, and I'm like,
That's what
what is
that.
going on with this world?
It's too much happening as far as the
Too much,
politics. Yeah, too much politics going on.
too much distraction from something that's going on behind the scene. That's what I think.
Yeah, well, that's what that's the whole thing. So you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we had really good topics tonight.
No, I think this was definitely, you feel me? This was cool. That's how it's supposed to be. It's gonna be
Yeah.
more to do. You feel
Well, we're gonna make sure that we do come back more. I do have Thursday coming up. I have my special guest Doughboy that's coming on. We're gonna be talking about a few little freaky little things. So make sure you guys tune into that. And if anybody else wants to join as a special guest on Thursdays, just go ahead and contact me. Me and Dr. Scorpio will be on hopefully every Sunday or mostly on Sundays. And we're going to be bringing some more other segments in the future, right, Dr.
that's a fact.
Scorpio?
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So I would like to go ahead and say thank you, Dr. Scorpio. Thank you for everybody that did tune in tonight. And I hope everybody else does tune in for the next one and all the other future Open Mouse podcast series. And for that, everybody have a good night.